Earth is in constant motion. It rotates on its axis once every 27 days, making a complete circle around the Sun every 365 days. All of this movement has profound effects on our planet, from the formation of giant ocean currents to the creation of rainbows. But what would happen if this movement suddenly ceased? What if the Earth just stopped spinning? Could we survive such an event, or would it mean the end of life as we know it? When the Earth rotates, centrifugal force is generated, a force that pulls matter away from the center of the Earth. This means that the Earth is actually wider at the equator than it is tall. If the Earth were to stop spinning, these forces would vanish. Without the centrifugal force pushing outwards, the ground beneath our feet would suddenly feel heavier as we are pulled towards the center of the Earth. The ground underneath us would buckle and fold as the Earth's crust adjusts to its new spherical shape. Mountains would crumble into valleys and deep ocean trenches would appear, reshaping the planet's surface. But this is just the beginning. Our planet's atmosphere, too, is affected by its rotation. As the Earth spins, air masses near the equator move towards the poles. As they do so, they collide with other air masses, and this collision forms giant whirlwinds called jet streams. These fast-flowing currents of air help regulate our climate by moving warm water vapor from the tropics to the poles and cold air from the poles to the equator. Without the Earth's rotation, these currents would cease to exist. Within a few months, the entire planet would be a frozen wasteland. But what about the oceans? One of the most dramatic consequences of Earth's sudden stop would be the redistribution of water across the planet. Because the Earth is no longer rotating, centrifugal force is no longer pushing water away from the center of the Earth at the equator. Instead, gravity would pull all the water towards the poles. As water rushes towards the poles, it would pile up, creating giant tsunami waves that could reach heights of over 100 meters. These waves would barrel towards the poles, inundating everything in their path. Coastal cities would be wiped off the map, and vast inland areas would be flooded. As the water redistributes itself, new phenomena would occur. First, because there would be more land exposed at the equator, this region would start to heat up faster than the rest of the planet. Warm water vapor would then get sucked up and form clouds. This would cause massive thunderstorms at the equator, which would then move towards the poles, dumping their water content as snow and ice. Second, Earth's rotation affects how ocean water interacts with the moon. This interaction causes tides to rise and fall twice a year. Without rotation, these tidal cycles would cease to exist. Instead, one side of the Earth would experience perpetual high tide, while the other side would experience perpetual low tide. But what about us humans? If we survived the tsunamis and the drastic climate change, we would face another danger: deadly hurricanes. When the Earth stops rotating, our jet streams would disappear, disrupting normal weather patterns. New large-scale wind patterns would emerge. Air from the poles would sink towards the equator, creating low-pressure zones. At the same time, air from the equator would rush towards the poles, creating high-pressure zones. Where the two air masses meet, a powerful winds would emerge, stronger than any hurricane ever recorded. These winds would whip across the planet, destroying everything in their path. If somehow we managed to survive all this, our days and nights would be very different. Currently, the Earth's rotation causes the sun to appear to move across the sky during the course of a day. This apparent movement is what causes day and night. Without rotation, the sun would appear to rise and set in the same place every day. For half the year, half of the Earth would experience 6 months of daylight followed by 6 months of darkness. During the winter months, temperatures would plummet and parts of the planet would freeze over. Life on Earth would be vastly different without its rotation. Even the most basic functions of our planet would be altered. Earth's magnetic field is partly generated by the rotation of our planet. Without rotation, the magnetic field would be severely weakened. This would make Earth's surface more vulnerable to harmful cosmic radiation and solar winds. It would also disrupt the delicate balance of our planet's atmosphere, potentially causing it to break down and release toxic gases into space. Our planet's rotation also affects the way stars appear to move across the sky. Without rotation, we would see stars in a different position in the sky than we do now. This would also affect our ability to navigate. Many of the tools we use to navigate rely on the apparent movement of stars in the sky. Without rotation, these tools would be useless and getting lost at sea would be much easier. A day is defined as one rotation of the Earth. Without rotation, we would need a new way to measure time. But perhaps the strangest consequence of Earth's sudden stop would be the way it affects our biology. Many animals use the Earth's rotation to navigate. Without rotation, these animals would be disoriented and lost. It's not clear whether or not humans would experience similar effects, but it's possible that our internal clocks would be thrown off. Our sleep cycles could become irregular, leading to a host of other health problems. The idea of the Earth just stopping spinning is a scary one. It's hard to imagine how life could continue under such circumstances, but it is a thought experiment that can teach us a lot about our planet and the forces that shape it. From the way our oceans circulate to the way our atmosphere is structured, almost everything about Earth is affected by its rotation. In many ways, we are as dependent on the rotation of the Earth as we are on its gravity. It is hard to say what would happen to life as we know it if the Earth just stopped spinning, but one thing is for sure, it wouldn't be good. For now, though, we can rest easy knowing that the Earth is not going to stop spinning anytime soon. The forces that drive our planet's rotation are far greater than any force that could cause it to stop. Besides, the consequences of such an event would be so catastrophic that it is unlikely life could recover from it. So let's just be glad that we live in a world where the Earth keeps on spinning. But what if I told you that there was a planet out there that didn't rotate at all? Welcome to 51 Pegasi, a planet located 50 light-years away in the constellation of Pegasus. This gas giant is twice the size of Jupiter and has a day that is almost 11 days long. That's longer than the amount of time it takes the Earth to orbit the Sun. Can you imagine a summer that lasts 4.5 days followed by 4.5 days of winter? On 51 Pegasi, the extreme seasons are caused by the planet's proximity to its star. The star is only 6.7 million kilometers away, 10 times closer than the Earth is to the Sun. This means that 51 Pegasi experiences extreme temperatures and pressures that are thousands of times greater than those on Earth. But the lack of rotation is also likely to blame for the planet's extreme seasons. Astronomers believe that the planet may have been knocked off its axis by a large object, such as a comet or asteroid. Most planets rotate much faster than 51 Pegasi. The Earth takes just 27 days to rotate once. By comparison, 51 Pegasi takes 11 days. But despite the harsh conditions on 51 Pegasi, astronomers have discovered a huge number of planets that are even more extreme. Some planets have years that are only a few days long, while others have rotations that take hundreds of days. But despite the differences, all of these planets have something in common. They don't rotate on their axes. So while the Earth's rotation may seem like a small thing to us, it's actually a critical factor in determining the habitability of a planet. Without rotation, a planet's surface will be subjected to extreme temperatures, pressures, and weather conditions that could make it inhospitable to life as we know it. So let's just be grateful that we live on a planet that likes to spin. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.